Lana here from Rosco Canoes with another handy hint to keep you getting out on the water. Today we're going to talk about spray skirts, how to wear them and how to use them. With spray skirts you'll basically get two different types. The first type here will have a lighter fabric around the trunk. This will allow the spray skirt to breathe yet still repel water at the same time. The other type that you can get will have a full neoprene trunk as well. These are great for keeping water out and ideal if you're finding yourself underwater quite a lot. Ideal for those big sea kayak journeys or the whitewater paddlers. Choosing the right spray skirt for you, there's a few things to consider. The first is the size of the trunk. In this skirt here you'll find it's one size fits all and it's adjustable. When you're choosing a full neoprene skirt you'll find you have different trunk sizes. Be sure to get one that is firm to your body and doesn't let water come in. The next area you have is the cockpit area. This will differ with the size of the cockpit on your kayak and is meant to fit very snug. Thirdly, most importantly, you've got the grab loop. It is of utmost importance that this grab loop is kept outside the skirt when fitting onto your kayak, and we'll go through that. Somebody put their spray skirt on. I like to see it done over the head and off the feet. This will reduce any wet clothing or shirts being dragged up or pulled up and makes it very simple. Over the head, continue down off the feet when you're finished. So once you have your spray skirt on, you must make sure that it's quite high up on your chest. You want to make sure that when you're sitting in your kayak, you're not going to have any pooling of the fabric. It's very important as well that you wear your spray skirt underneath your PFD. So once you're at the water's edge, you're actually sitting in your kayak, then it's time to put on your spray skirt. What you'll find, if you can start at the back of your kayak, tuck that around the cockpit lip, and as you come to the forward of the spray skirt, I find locking your elbows down a little bit to help hold that in place. As I mentioned earlier, it is priority that this grab loop is kept out. I find a flick of the wrist will make sure that that stays up and on top. From here, it's a bit of a further extension to get that spray skirt over and in underneath the cockpit lip, and then just follow your fingers around the cockpit rim and make sure that you're securely in the imperative that you make sure you are familiar with being able to take your spray skirt off. And we would recommend that you try this out on land to make sure that you have it down pat, and then of course try it in a controlled environment with somebody else in the water with you. It's important that when you remove your skirt, you don't just pull up. You'll notice the cockpit rim will stop that from happening. What you need to do is to be very comfortable in pulling your spray skirt forward and then up, which will then remove it. Okay, so, and it's a good idea to continue to practice that a few times until you have it down pat and you're very comfortable with that. You can use one hand, you can use two hands, whatever you need, reaching forward and then pulling up, the spray skirt's coming off. Alright, so that just about wraps up all the basics that you need to know about how to wear and how to use your spray skirt. Hope to see you guys out on the water sometime. Happy paddling.